hostages who are alive being released by Hamas, transported back across the border, brought back where they will be checked out and returned to their loved ones who have been waiting more than 2 years for their return. The moment we have additional major developments, we'll be back on the air. I'm David Muir in Tel Aviv. Good day.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
What are we looking at?
Tori was shot, burned, and dumped into a pond. She was an investigative reporter, undercover as an intern.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Breaking news now at 11, as you just saw that ABC News special report. The first group of the final hostages remaining in Gaza, taken by Hamas more than 2 years ago from Israel, have been released as part of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Good evening, I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Sophie Flay. It's a historic and emotional moment many people have been waiting for. We have been watching these images for about the last 45 minutes or so. We have seen people cheering. We have seen people crying. Again, just an emotional moment for so many people across the world.
Yeah.
Video just into our newsroom again, showing the excitement. You saw that from a crowd in Tel Aviv amid the news that was Hostages Square. That's what we saw, that large crowd of people.
Right. It is morning in Israel, in the Middle East right now, and in a scene kind of reminiscent, I think, of the gatherings that happened after the announcement of the killing of Osama bin Laden here in America. Just kind of a spontaneous gathering as we take a live look right now from Tel Aviv of that group. Hamas released 7 Israeli hostages into the custody of the Red Cross this morning. At this point, we don't know their condition, but we believe there was about 48 hostages left in Hamas custody. 20 of them are believed to be alive. That leaves 28 who have perished in these last 2 years. President Trump mentioned that some of them will basically have to be exhumed, taken from the ground, so their remains can be returned to their families in Israel and around the world. One American is among those believed to be killed in Hamas custody.
And we've heard from some of the reporters there on the ground talking to those families of the hostages they are expecting to see home. You can see that there is some cheering going on right now. I can't quite hear the audio, but you can see the excitement that people have. Again, Jory, you mentioned we don't know the condition of these hostages. We will learn that, in the next few hours, in the coming hours, as they return home, and as we hear more from the families, we hear more from medical officials, we'll learn much more as to what they have endured over these last 2 years.
Yeah, this must be such an emotional day for so many people. We're talking about Palestinians and Israelis, but the focus right now is on Israel and the return of those hostages. Their condition. This is something that President Trump has been working on for some time. He has been pressuring Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to end this war. It was Hamas that fired the first shot here back on October 7th, 2 years ago, a little more than 2 years ago, when they invaded Israel, poured over the border in various manners, raided kibbutzes, small towns throughout Israel, murdering and pillaging their way through and taking those hostages. We saw the scenes from the music festival in Israel where young people were gathered for an all-night affair, and in the early morning hours, the invasion happened on October 7th. We do expect to hear from President Trump, who is set to arrive in Israel within the hour. En route right now, he's been holding interviews aboard Air Force One in this journey over to the Middle East, talking about, he was asked whether he believes this will get him into heaven. And he says he doesn't believe he's generally heaven-bound, maybe in life, but on that plane right now, he felt like he was one step closer.
Also en route, the Red Cross. The Red Cross is leading this transfer of hostages. We know that there are 7 Israeli hostages in their custody, and we are waiting to learn more. But here at home, the Museum of Tolerance lighting up in blue in honor of the hostage release. The light shining for all the living hostages returning home and remembering those who didn't survive captivity. The museum saying in a statement, the Museum of Tolerance will continue to stand as a home for remembrance and hope for all who believe that humanity can and must do better.
And a live look tonight at the Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, part of Old Town there. Crowds gathering at this holy site to pray amid the news of those first 7 hostages being released from Hamas custody. We will continue to follow the latest developments out of the Middle East on the release of these hostages in exchange for the release of Palestinians. 1,900, I believe, is the number. 1,900 Palestinian prisoners who are being held by Israel. We're also expecting President Trump to land in Israel around 11:30 our time. When that happens, we believe that ABC News will bring you another special report to bring that to you live.
And as we prepare for rain to hit parts of Southern California tomorrow night, preparations are underway to keep the communities surrounding the recent burn scars safe. One area of particular concern, the Altadena area. Neighbors getting sandbags at 2 fire stations, getting ready for the rain. The city of Pasadena installing K-rails to protect the parts of the community that are most at risk for mud and debris flow.
We already had rain, not as heavy as what they're predicting now for Monday or Tuesday. But a couple of days after the fires, we had a little bit of rain, and I was concerned, but nothing happened. And I hope that this one might change directions or power, and be able to survive again.
City officials are encouraging neighbors to sign up for the city's emergency notifications. They also recommend get sandbags ready to go with all the items they may need in case they have to evacuate.
So the question right now, when exactly will the first rain begin to fall? Let's check in with Nico Kazori for what we can expect tonight. Nico.
Jory, Sophie, so actually this time tomorrow, that's when we can start to see that first round of rain make its way to the Los Angeles area. But you can see right now on the radar, things are looking calm as we're heading into the overnight hours tonight and heading into tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day, but this is the system that we are tracking, and it's actually coming from the Pacific Northwest and Canada, actually the Gulf of Alaska. So you can see how far it's traveled, and it's almost here. So again, tomorrow around 10 or 11 o'clock, northern Los Angeles counties, San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties, you can start to see that rain coming in first. And then sometime between 5 to 6 a.m., you can see it becomes a little more widespread. But this is the problem. This is going to be right over the burn scars around 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. And then it's going to be sticking with us pretty much all of Tuesday. We're really not going to be getting a break from this rain on Tuesday until Tuesday evening. So we'll talk about the timing of this rain. We're going to zoom into the areas that are going to be seeing more rainfall, and also the rainfall totals, the predictions for the rainfall totals coming up in my full forecast.
Okay, Niku, thank you. Well, here's a live look outside at our Burbank camera. With the weather changing, now is the time to download our free ABC7 Los Angeles app. You can time out the rain in your neighborhood and share weather photos and videos.
Nearly 36 hours after this horrifying helicopter crash in Huntington Beach, the wreckage remains as it landed. The Bell 222 spun out of control, plummeting to the ground in dramatic fashion yesterday afternoon. Somehow no one was killed. 2 people on board were injured, as were 3 people on the ground. And tonight we're getting few answers from the NTSB due to the government shutdown, but there is no shortage of video of the crash.
It's quite disturbing. As Eyewitness News reporter Elena Gomez shows us, Good Samaritans, nearly hit by the wreckage themselves, rushed in to help the victims.
That helicopter is still sitting where it crashed on Saturday afternoon. We know the NTSB is investigating this crash, but we haven't heard just yet when that helicopter will be removed.
Hands up in the air! Hey, go! Go! Come in! Get out the way!
Dramatic new video shows the moments after the helicopter crashed in Huntington Beach. People running to help the victims in the helicopter with beach gear still with them. 2 people inside the helicopter and 3 people on the ground were injured. All of them were taken to the hospital. Their status is still unknown tonight.
No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
This helicopter crash happened on Saturday afternoon around 2 at the pedestrian bridge between Twin Dolphins Drive and Beach Boulevard.
I thought it was like a movie stunt gone bad. And then I realized that this is not a movie, this is real life, because we were actually witnessing all the other helicopters land safely. And when we just saw that helicopter lose control, everybody just turned around and ran in the opposite direction.
Video from eyewitnesses shows the helicopter crashing down as an event called Cars and Copters was happening nearby. We're learning this helicopter was actually supposed to be involved in that event.
Pretty tragic, you know, for that to happen when they're pretty much professionals when they're coming out here and do this. But unfortunate, things happen, and kind of sad to see that.
5 people got injured, 5 people in the hospital. Fortunately, you know, the palm trees and the staircase right to the energy of the crash, otherwise it could have been a lot worse.
Tonight, the area remains roped off and the helicopter in place, with the NTSB sharing it may take 30 days for a preliminary report to be released. We reached out to both the FAA and the NTSB for updates today. Both of them sharing that due to the government shutdown, they're unable to respond to all or routine media inquiries. In Huntington Beach, Elena Gomez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Elena, thank you. New at 11, a family holding a vigil for a son and brother killed in a crash. 28-year-old Joseph Lulakis hitting him with the car and killing him. It all happened in the Monterey Hills on the corner of Monterey Road and Kendall. Joseph's mother says she's looking for justice for her son.
In this little area here, there's a lot of, street racing. People are driving fast. They are not paying attention. I want to raise awareness, starting in this street and every other street I can touch. I think my son is the one putting the message in me, yes. He wants me to save every other driver out there.
The family says they want to create a foundation in Joseph's name. In the meantime, they've set up a GoFundMe account to support the family.
Former NFL and USC quarterback Mark Sanchez has been released from custody in Indianapolis. Police released Sanchez's booking photo. He was booked into jail following his discharge from an Indianapolis hospital this morning. Sanchez, who is currently a sports analyst for Fox Sports, was stabbed last week by a truck driver. Prosecutors say Sanchez attacked the 69-year-old during a fight over parking outside a hotel, leaving the truck driver with severe injuries. Sanchez is facing a felony battery charge and other misdemeanors. The truck driver has filed a lawsuit against Sanchez and Fox.
Eyewitness News has learned former LAUSD Superintendent Austin Butner is about to join the LA mayor's race. The 65-year-old investment banker and philanthropist is expected to announce his candidacy tomorrow. He'd be the first serious challenger to Mayor Karen Bass. He's questioning her record on crime and development issues. He's also been critical of her response to the Palisades fire. Butner served as deputy mayor from 2010 to 2013 under former mayor Antonio Villaraigosa.
The Dodgers are in Milwaukee for tomorrow's NLCS matchup against the Brewers, and although Milwaukee beat them in the regular season, the postseason could be a much different story.
Yeah, different team than what we saw. The Dodgers boarding their plane for Monday's Game 1. The last time they faced the Brewers in the National League Championship Series was back in 2018. Dodgers going for some history here, trying